Hey guys, this is going to be your notes for 3-5 graphing linear equations in slope-intercept form. So up till now, we've talked about functional notation, which is just a new way to write so that way you can talk about the input connected to the output. We talked about x and y intercepts, which are just two very important points, and it's one way to graph our line, and that comes with standard form of a line. So now we're going to look at slope-intercept form of a line. So the first thing we have to do is talk about slope, and we're going to give a formal definition for slope now. So the formal definition for slope is all of this right here, the rate of change between any 2 points on a line. So all slope really is, it gives me the direction of this line. From one point to another, how far up do you go, which is your rise, and how far over do you go, which is your run. Now, there's all these different ways to talk about it, and we're going to get into this formula later on. But these are the two things to really understand in the beginning. Slope is a connection between the rise and the run. So it's going to be a single number, a fraction typically, that tells me the direction of my line. And rise goes with y's. Run goes with x. So whenever you're doing this, you can see it in red over here. The change in y, however it went from y to y2, is your rise. Your run is from x2 to x1. And that's rise and run. So let's see the formal definition. They come right back to this equation. Sorry about that. I forgot that they did that. So when you look at rise, all the rise is the change between any 2 points, the change in y. It's how far up you go. So if you go up, you're going to have a positive. You're going to go up a positive amount. If you go down, you go down a negative amount. Run is always just counted over from left to right. Slope-intercept form. Now, this is going to be the form. We've seen it once. We said every line can be written like this. So when we look at it, it's y equals mx plus b. M references the slope. B is the y-intercept. We learned y-intercept last section. So if I look at this line, the line is y equals x plus 2. So I'm going to find my m and my b. Well, I crossed through my y-intercept is 2. That's why there's a plus 2 there in place of the b. And my slope, I went up 1 over 1. So they don't say it, but m is 1. Remember, there's always an invisible 1 in front of a variable if they don't write anything else. And then the last thing we're talking about is a constant function, which you're going to see again soon. But really, if you can remember everything we've done, a constant function is just another name for a horizontal line. So it should be some easy points on your test. Just remember, a constant function is a horizontal line. All horizontal lines have slope 0. All right, that's going to be enough for the intro for 3.5, and I'll continue on to example 1.